The life I was living a few months ago was eating me up. No drive, no will to take on new challenges. And so I wrote the following journal entry last year. You know you made the right decision, although it hurts in its own way. Life can feel like it's falling apart. And in a way it is. Your past life is. Because you're in between two chapters. You're not good enough for the one yet to come, but too developed to remain in the previous one. And you know what? This is a lonely place to be in. Because you don't belong anywhere at that moment. You're just hanging in there, trying to reach out for the other side, but not sure if you're able to make that jump, take that leap, without completely destroying everything you know. You've never been wrong before. You've never learned to be. And that is eating you up, because it's preventing you from trying to be better at life, trying to become a greater human being, getting control back, and be okay with losing a few feathers in the process. It's okay. It really is. If you're presented with this challenge, it's because you're good enough to take it on. You can do it. I had stopped educating myself for months, and I was letting myself be told what to do in most, if not every aspect of my life, and I gave away my control, including the one on my own growth. And what a terrible mistake to do. If you can relate to that, you know how miserable you can feel. The moment you start sacrificing your development for comfort and pleasure is the moment you initiate your own suffering. And objectively speaking, I am no one to complain, and probably neither are you. But when you lack something to go after, no matter how good your situation is, you start regressing, and entropy takes over. This video is about how your creative pursuit can save you from chaos and inner misery, as it did and still does for me. So what's a creative pursuit? A creative pursuit is just finding unique ways of expressing ideas and information and spending extensive time doing so. It's not limited to art. It's about connecting the dots in a way that makes sense to you and hopefully to others. Most people don't realize what it can do for you. Number one is focus improvement. Having a creative pursuit allow you to put your mind on one thing and divert your thought from daily stress and anxiety that can be blockers for task completion. The second thing it can do for you is serving as an emotional outlet, allowing you to share in a way feelings and emotions that might be difficult otherwise to communicate. Number three is enhanced problem-solving skills. Most creative pursuits will require you innovative thinking to overcome challenges you will encounter on the way. All skills that you can then leverage in other areas of life. Number four is physical health benefits. Pursuits like landscape photography can require a lot of energy, which is my case. And sometimes it's really all the drive you need to improve your physical abilities. For me, landscape photography was the reason to start going to the gym because I had reached my own limits when doing certain hikes and going to certain locations. And I knew that if I wanted to go further in more remote locations, I had to get better physically. So that was just enough for me to go every week, 4 to 5 times a week to the gym. Number 5, a sense of purpose and fulfillment. For many, the creative pursuit is a deeply fulfilling part of life, providing you a sense of purpose and allowing you to contribute something unique to the world and the people around you. Everyone has something that brings them to a higher state of existence, but not everyone finds it at an early age, if at all. If you don't, or if you haven't yet, it's okay. And if you do, be open to finding something even higher. What's beautiful about this process is that you are using external elements available to you to trigger internal stimuli. What looks like an outside quest actually turns out to be an inner discovery. Some people think that photography in itself is a creative pursuit, and in many cases it can be. However, I don't have the same drive and joy doing other types of photography other than landscape and astro. I've tried many other types, from portraits, events, macro, food, product. I went through quite a few things, but I just don't find the same drive in there. And so here are a few tips that I have tried for myself to get to the point I am now. Number 1, explore. Leave away any assumptions you may have on the things that you like or the things that you don't, and really try to adopt that, yes, I'll try that mindset, to be able to be exposed to more discoveries. Number 2 is reflect. Trying new things will inevitably make you produce dopamine. Try to go beyond that and get to the emotions. They are providing you with signals and feedback. Treat them as such. Number 3, find inspiration. Finding people who are great at what they do and from whom you enjoy the work they produce might be a signal for you to try it out yourself. Number 4, set aside time to practice. If you don't put time when you can focus on that self-discovery, there is no way you're going to figure out what works for you and what doesn't. It is a process and a practice to implement. It doesn't mean you need to block hours to do so unless you really want to, but dedicated time will have a significant impact on your search. Number 5, document. For me, writing is my way of documenting what I do, and this is the most straightforward way I see. However, awesome if you can find another one, but really do it, as this is a vessel for your emotions, your mind, and it will bring you clarity. Number 6, don't fear failure. Failure is admittedly my biggest fear. I know what I'm talking about here. I have hours of work on projects that have never seen the light of day because I was afraid of failing. Well, guess what? It never helped me improve in anything. So do your best to go beyond that. And number 7, exchange. Communicate with people about what you're doing. Not only can you get new ideas from them, but you will be able to notice how you speak about what you're doing. And this can be a goldmine of information if you should persevere in something or not. If you're a perfectionist like me, try to remember this. It's a practice. Remember that the goal is for you to find cues about things that you enjoy, not things you can be perfect at. It's less about becoming an expert and more about expressing yourself in different ways and enjoying that journey. Be mindful that it's a process and practice. I promise you'll see results. Thank you for your time. Like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed it, and see you in the next one.